Okay? All right, let's go over to page 2. So this gives us some information and wants us to find an equation from it. So on this one, let's see, page 2. It gives us a center of 3, 1, and what does it tell us? It says the point 5, 6 is on the circle. Okay, so let's just start with what we know as far as what is the general form of a circle. We're just going to write down x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Now I can go ahead and fill in my h and my k because I have this center here. Do you agree with that? Okay, so let's do that. X minus 3 quantity squared plus y minus 1 quantity squared equals r squared. Now I've got to figure out what r squared is. Well, let's just take a look at this real quick. It says here that my center's at 3, 1. So it's about here. And then it tells me that the point 5, 6, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it tells me that that point is actually on the circle, right? So this is my center. This is on the actual circle. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. What is this right here? That's your radius, and we're going to have to use the distance formula with those 2 points. Okay? So, well, you can use distance formula. You can use Pythagorean theorem. I think I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because 3, 1, let's just look at it that way. If this is the point 3, 1, and this is the point 5, 6, how long is this x side here?
That would be
2.
2.
It's the same thing as x of 2 minus x of 1. That's all it is, right? And if this started at 1 and this is up at 6, this is going to be 5, right? Are you okay with that? It's the same thing as the distance formula. It's just easier than writing it all out. So x squared plus y squared equals c squared, or whatever. 4 plus 25 equals c squared. 29 equals c squared. So c is going to be what?
C is square root of 29.
But what do I have to plug in the formula here?
The radius squared, so it would be 29.
I can just stop here at the 29. So we'll say x minus 3 quantity squared plus y minus 1 quantity squared equals 29. And we're good to go. Now I'm going to show you another way to do it besides that one. Okay? That's one way. So can I show you way 2?
Yes.
Okay. Now way 2 is probably more popular. Probably going to use way 2 more often than you would way 1.
Okay.
What you do is we have this form right here of our equation. What we're missing is the radius, right? But we know that this point actually lies on the circle, this 5, 6. Well, a point is always in the form of x, y. So what I can do is I can plug in 5 in for x and 6 in for y and then solve for r squared.
Oh.
Okay, it's just another way to do it. So let's do that. So we're going to plug in 5 for x, plus we'll do 6 for y, and we'll solve for r squared. So this becomes 2 squared plus 5 squared equals r squared, which gives me 4 plus 25, which ends up giving me 29 equals r squared again. So again, my final equation, whoops, it's going to be x minus 3 quantity squared plus y minus 1 quantity squared equals 29. Okay? And you can go either way. This is probably the method you'll use most often.
Okay.
Though I like using the other. I like it. Okay. All right, ready to go down to example 2?
Yep.
Great. Or page 2, example 2. Okay, so it says find the equation of a circle whose endpoints of a diameter are. So 3, 1, and what?
9, negative 5.
5. Okay.
You can use midpoint formula to find the center.
Could I use midpoint formula?
Is diameter.
Diameter. Tell me what a diameter is.
It's the slash through the center of the circle.
Okay, it's the slash through the center of a circle. Actually, it's called a chord. Okay, but you can draw a chord anywhere. It just connects 2 points on a circle. It's a special chord because it includes the center. Okay, so this whole thing is the diameter, and how is that related to the radius?
Radius is 1/2.
Radius is 1/2, right? So if I got here and here as my diameter, endpoints of the diameter, you're telling me I can go halfway in between and actually find out what my center is. That is the midpoint. That's a great way to do it.
Okay.
Okay, that's exactly what you want to do. So we want to find the midpoint of these two.
Is there another way you would do it?
No,
Okay.
that's a perfectly good way to do it. Okay, so because in defining the circle, when you have the equation, you have to have the center. Okay, you have to. So that's exactly what you want to do. So basically what we're doing is find the average of the points here. So we end up with 3 plus 9 over 2 and 1 plus negative 5 over 2. So I got 12 over 2, negative 4 over 2. So I'm ending up with 6, negative 2 for my center. How about you?
Yep.
Okay. So my center is 6, negative 2. Now there's two ways you could do this one. If you knew the diameter, you could find the distance between the two and cut it in half and you'd have your distance of your radius, right? You could do it that way. But that seems like an awful lot of work.
Yeah.
If you know these are the endpoints of the diameter,
Now you have the
they're going to
center
actually
and then
lie
the-
on the circle. So you could actually just pick one of them.
So you pick one of them and then you find out what r squared is.
But let's go ahead and write out our general equation. I'm going to erase this and then write it out. It's x minus h quantity square plus y minus k quantity square equals what? R squared? And I can go ahead and plug in my h and my k because we found it. So x is x minus 6 quantity square plus y plus 2 quantity square equals r squared. Now I could choose either one of these points because if they're on the end points of my diameter, that means they actually lie on the circle. Which one do you want to pick?
3, 1.
I would too because it's smaller and easier. So 3 minus 6. So all we're doing is plugging in the point 3, 1 here in order to solve for r squared. 3 minus 6 quantity square, 1 plus 2 quantity square is r squared. Now, why would this be 9 instead of negative 9?
Because negative 3 times negative 3 would equal positive 9.
Correct. So that parenthesis matters, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. Okay. So I end up with r squared equaling 18. I don't have to find the square root of r because in my equation up here, it says equal r squared. My final equation of the circle looks like x minus 6 quantity square plus y plus 2 quantity square equals 18. Now, if you want to just check to make sure the other one comes out right, you can plug in this point, 9, negative 5, solve for r squared, but you're going to get the same thing.
Okay.
Okay? But if you need to make sure that you could have picked either one, you can do that.
All right.
Okay? Go ahead and pause it for us.